really just you play games like this and they test you in different ways, right? Like just like the exhibitions test you, these games test you in different ways also. And early in the year, right? Like I don't know, like you guys didn't watch or anything, right? You just come to the game, right? So you're like playing Long Island, team's terrible, probably win by a lot. I watch it and I'm like, oh my God, they switch 1 through 5 on and off the ball. And we haven't worked on that not one bit. And if we spend every day doing it leading into the game, we're going to be really bad at what we normally do. So sometimes you can't work on it because it's like, here's how much better we have to get in what we normally do. Because how many teams are going to see like this? Maybe NC State, February or something. Nobody else is going to play like this. So it's like a tricky kind of like, how do you prepare for a game? Because you want to play well, right? I thought we over prepared for what DePaul, how they tried to guard us. And I thought we were really robotic at times offensively versus that. So this game was about work on ourselves all week. And they're going to do some stuff that's going to get us, right? Right before shoot around, Trey's like, hey, you want to talk about, their out of bounds under and this zone they play, or you want to talk about they're going to trap this in the corner? I'm like, absolutely not. We turned it over in the corner, right? And he's like, told you. I'm like, I know, but I want to keep working on us. I want to keep working on the things that we see. And now, like, hey, when we get it on film, guys, this is how we should adapt to this. So, like, I was proud of our guys for how we played in stretches. We got to keep, we got to play longer stretches better. But we responded a couple of times when we played well, we didn't play well, and things got close. We responded the right way. So that's something to build off of.
What does it say about maybe the maturity level that increased where, especially early, it's choppy, there's a lot of whistles, there's no flow, there's no rhythm, there's not much is really going well. Then all of a sudden you look up at the end of the game, you got 89 points.
Yeah. Which is different than the 2 exhibitions we played. Exhibitions across the country were 60 plus fouls in free throws, right? I watched Loyola and DePaul. They shot 64 free throws in that game. Ours were in the 20s. So we weren't quite prepared, even though we had officials and played an exhibition game, for an early season game and how it gets called. Sometimes the best teacher is experience, and this is that experience for how the game gets called early. But it was choppy, and I still you scored 89 points. I didn't think our defense was particularly good in the second half, especially when Davis fouled out. We didn't protect the paint the way that we should, and they still scored 67. So we did good things. It's just you want more of it, right? And we should, we're not peaking on game 1. We got a lot of time to keep getting better. But there were good things that we did. And like you said, some maturity that we kind of responded to some stuff.
How do you bottle? Nobody played more than 30 minutes, and you get 52 points off the bench. You do things like that, it's gonna be pretty good.
You know what? Like, we take care of the ball, we might have gotten even more off the bench, right? Like, sometimes it's there's a beauty and an art to being an off the bench gunner. Right? Sometimes you forget about Cole Certa coming off the bench, right? You can only walk through 5 people. You only walk through so many sets, and you usually do it with the starters. So now it's like, hey, when he comes in, some assistant coach is standing up yelling, talking about this day, don't let 5 shoot. He's going to do this, he's going to do that. But some dude hadn't walked through it, right? So now he's going to get some looks that maybe Braden doesn't get, or he may get some looks that now happens with different groups. So, the one thing I told him after the DePaul game is I got to get you more shots. He took 3 shots against DePaul. So sometimes it's about finding the right lineups and playing him with the right guys where he can get more shots. And then, you got him, you got Ryder, like those guys, when they're open and they shoot it, I feel like it's going in. whether it does or whether it doesn't. I feel like it's going in, and it gives you such a threat to have those guys. Now you're worried about a lot of different things. Sometimes those guys slip your mind. Next thing you know, they got 37.
Micah, what's it feel like to look at the stat sheet and see 19 rebounds from top?
Yeah, I mean, it's just energy personified. That's what I just said on the radio, right? I said it down in Charlotte Media Day. There have been a bunch of players that have transferred up recently. A lot of scores. A lot of those scores don't usually match their scoring production at a higher level. Rebounding translates at every single level, man. Like, I'm a good rebounder in middle school. I'm gonna go to varsity. I'm gonna go rebound. If I can rebound in high school, I usually rebound in college. If I can rebound in college, I usually rebound in the NBA, right? Like, I keep saying it. Like, Ben Wallace played Division II, right? Virginia Union. What did he do at Virginia Union? He went and got that ball. What did he do in the NBA? He went and got that ball off the glass. It is heart, it is effort. And that's what he does. That's what he brings to us. You know, he was struggling a little bit because he played 28 minutes. I told him quit fouling in the exhibitions so he could get his wind up.
When you have a presence like Carson rebounding, what does that do for your offense?
You know, like, we want to get a chance to push it. We want to get a chance to play faster off those rebounds. I didn't think we did a great job, you know, when he went out, when we subbed early on. Like, their guards got a bunch of rebounds. We got to clean that up. But when he can get it now, Marcus and Jalen, those guys are getting those outlets and pushing it with pace. And then he rebounds it, and then he's sprinting to get to the rim right after that. So I think just cleaning up, right? Our two bookends defensively is our transition defense and our defensive rebounding. And when you got a guy that can go and get it for you like that, it really cleans up how good of a defensive team that you can be.
Like when Cole and Ryder are shooting that well in the second half, and you just keep going back to them. Is that kind of you guys designing plays for them? Is that just the ball handlers finding them? Is that them running and getting open, or all the above?
A little bit of all the above, right? Like, you know, we ran a couple plays to get him. Actually, I think Cole missed one of the things we ran for him. But, you know, you want to find those guys in different ways. Like I said, they switched, so they take you out a lot of your offense. So a lot of the stuff they were getting was created from some of the other guys driving, you know, the help. Right now they switch. They might have a big guy that's guarding Marcus. Now he's able to attack and get by, and now here they go swarming to the ball, and we're getting some of those kickouts. So a little bit of everything, but, you know, when you have shooting on the floor, it opens up everything for everybody else. So that's why you recruit shooting.
But you played 11 guys in the first half. 10 of them contributed on the stat sheet. The one that didn't was Ryder, who obviously got going. Was it a concerted effort for you that you got a little bit of a lead? Was it a concerted effort to get as many guys in, get their feet wet, and kind of get them into the season?
You know, you want to, but you also, like, I think we have 11 guys that are capable, right? That's the hard thing. Like, sometimes in practice, people, like, separate. There hasn't been much separation in practice. Like, one day Brady Kaler plays great. The next day Ryder comes back and plays great, or Garrett plays great. Like, one day it's Cole, one day it's Braden. They're like, you know, it's really like, there's been days where, like, one day it's Marcus and one day it's Logan. Like, Logan's team won in the fall way more than Marcus's team did, right? So, like, you got so many guys that, like, nobody's really separated themselves to say, no, this is, like, I'm doing this and this is my spot, right? So I think as we keep trying, we keep mixing, there's options now, right? Like, if you're not going, like, I can go to somebody else, and it's okay. Cheer for your teammate because it's his night, and it's maybe not mine, but I can come back the next night and say, maybe it's that guy's turn too. So having depth, having options is good. And we're going to keep, you know, trying to press the right buttons to find the right people and the right combos.
Anything else? Jalen get stitches?
He got stitches, yeah.
Where did he?
He got hit in the eye. So, yeah, on the first, might have been the very first play, right?
First
Made the
play,
post
second.
move, and the guy came down. So he was bleeding up here. So he had to go get stitches for that. So, it's hard as a freshman. Like it's your first game, you're so excited, like, and then something like that happens. You feel bad for him, but he'll be ready to go. He'll be fired up for the next one.
I'll do two more here, start in the back.
What are your priorities when you're preparing to play a team that's really scrappy on the ball like tonight?
Yeah, like, we talk about our ball handling, right? Didn't show up because we had 19 turnovers, but like, we really worked on a lot of pressure release type stuff. We got to keep going back to it. I didn't think we did a very good job in our pressure release when they're trying to pressure, when they're trying to take away some of our passes. That'll be on the docket on Wednesday, right? Like, because it's still us. It's still about us. And other people are going to get up and try and pressure like that at different times. So we got to get cleaner in what we're doing there. But that's a lot to it. Like, we do a lot of things because we want to, like, we talk about winning the possession game. And, right, we were +2 in the first half. But just at a quick glance here, we're even on field goals. We are -1 on free throws. So like the turnovers is the thing that kills us. Like, we can score. We can really score the ball. We need more possessions than the other teams, right? We were only +2 possessions. We were up 15. I was like, imagine if we were +6 or +7 in possessions, what we could be doing offensively. So that's something that we're going to keep harping on is, our offensive rebounding and our turnovers so we can win the possession battle every game.
Coach, you mentioned the effort that Carson brings, but the physicality and toughness, like what does that do for you guys as a team, especially when it comes to, like you mentioned, turning some of those close losses into wins was a priority. Like how does that toughness and physicality help?
Yeah, a big part of it for us is really just closing down the paint and protecting the paint. And he can help do that in a lot of different ways, whether it's his mobility out there hedging and his effort to sprint back and recover and protect the rim in that way so guys don't have to hold their tags as long. Just things like that. And then walling people up in the paint. He's quick to go double when the ball gets in the paint. So, defense is about effort and physicality. And when you get effort and physicality, you usually have a pretty good defense. When you don't get effort and physicality, you usually don't have a very good defense. So it helps to have a guy that gives you effort and physicality.
Great, thanks
Thanks,
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Cole, whether you're starting to come off the bench, regardless of what your role is, like how do you stay steady as to no matter if I'm starting or if I'm not, I'm still going to go out there and do what I need to do like you did tonight?
Sure. It's really just preparation. I try to stay ready at all times, no matter what my role is. And, some nights it's going to be you guys' nights. I just want to come in and try to make an impact and help the team win. So.
What was it about tonight where it's kind of choppy? There's not much flow to it, a lot of whistles, but then you look up and you guys still get 89 points.
Yeah, this team can really, really score, and we have so many guys that can do so many good things. So I think scoring-wise, sky's the limit. Defensively, we got to limit some offensive rebounds and stuff like that. But overall, I think we scored pretty well tonight.
Cole, when you get hot in the second half and the team just keeps going back to you, like how does that feel as a shooter?
Good. Yeah. I mean, you really got to give the credit to Marcus, Serge, Jalen, Logan. Those guys, they're the unseen heroes. I'm just out there, trying to knock down the shot, but they're the reason I'm open. So got to give my credit to them.
Ryder, congrats on a great debut. How did it feel to kind of get hot in the second half, and what was that like on the floor?
Yeah, it felt awesome. Just tried to stay ready, whenever I got the chance, and just let the first one fly and let it fly whenever I was open. So just playing free and playing with confidence. So
After you hit the first one, did you kind of think like, man, I have it tonight. Let's keep going with this.
yeah, I mean, as a shooter, I always feel like I'm confident in myself off all the hours put in. But after the first one went in, I definitely let the nerves calm down a little bit and just kind of settled in and just tried to play as hard as I could after that.
Both of you tout with 19 rebounds in his debut. What does he do for you?
He never stops playing.
Yeah, we've seen it in practice. There's a reason why he was the nation's leading rebounder. So what an addition for us this year. He's going to be really, really good.
Just a leader, like on and off the court. Like he just leads by example. just always hustles, always, doesn't ask other people to do something he wouldn't do. So just leads by example. So.
Coach played 11 of you in the first half. I mean, especially Ryder, how did that help you kind of getting your feet wet for the moment in the second half? Does it really kind of give you confidence that many people can rotate in at any time?
Yeah, I think just like I said, just staying ready whenever you get the opportunity. I feel like all the guys have that kind of mentality, and especially with playing that many guys, like I feel like everyone has to have that. So, I just feel like it was a good night for that, and everyone was kind of ready.
Thank you guys. Adaptability, especially on offense, was pretty evident tonight. So what aspects of you guys' play do you feel like fosters that ability to consistently stay ahead?
You got it.
Sorry, could you repeat it?
Just like you guys were able to maintain a lead for the entire game tonight, and I was just wondering like how you guys were able to consistently stay ahead.
I think just holding ourselves to a high standard. Like they went on some, some small runs, and we had to clean some stuff up. They had, I think, 11 offensive rebounds in the first half, and then I think they had 3 in the second. So just kind of really making sure we're boxing out, holding them to, as little offensive rebounds as possible, and just cleaning up the stuff from the first half.
Yeah, I mean, basketball's a game of runs, so every team, every game, there's going to be runs on both teams being had. Our goal for that is just to limit that as soon as possible and get back to us doing the running. So.
What does it say about this team getting 52 points off the bench?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of depth on this team. I think that's what's going to make us really, really good this year. Yeah, I mean, having a team that can play that deep is pretty special. So,
Yeah, I would, just to piggyback off that, like coach has always said that, like from the first day we got here in the summer, like we have a lot of dudes that can play, a lot of guys with a lot of skill, and yeah, just have to keep building on this. So
How
excited
have
about
you
it.
been able to stay ready? Because maybe the 2 exhibition games you didn't play as much as maybe you wanted, but then all of a sudden, first game of this regular season, you go out and you do what you did tonight.
Just being locked in on my responsibilities and doing my job. I feel like I take a lot of pride in just focusing on what I need to do and just trying to help the team in any way I can, and just being ready whenever my name's called. So
Who's winning a shooting contest?
I think we're both gonna say
Pretty close.
ourselves.
Yeah, I would say
but
ourselves,
yeah,
but-
I mean, we both work really hard. So
Cool, you mentioned Micah. Is he bringing anything new this year, anything different from the previous year?
yeah, I think he's just, to be honest, he's a little bit more laid back as from last year. I think he's just really excited about this team. I think he knows what our ceiling is, and I think he's just super excited. I think we're really excited to see where we can go.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you. Thanks, guys.